GM, we're live again. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning on the day after advance rate day. So I hope all of your advance rate numbers came through the way you had hoped. Mine came in a little low. I meant to update I was just going to turn my banner off because it is inaccurate. I did not have time this morning to go in and update it. It looks like we don't yet have pods, which is not surprising. I think typically it's been on Wednesday that they've come out, but we're still waiting for our pods. But good morning to everyone. Chris, GM to you. Yeah, 9 new subs. It's been awesome. Huge amount of support. It has been absolutely incredible seeing the growth, getting some new people hanging out. I hope people are having a great time. Really appreciate all the new subs and the old. It is awesome. We're on the road to 400. We just crossed 350, which is awesome. That was kind of a little mini goal I had in my head, and we got there. So that was absolutely awesome to see. So thank you all. And Chris, thank you as always for commenting after the video. That definitely helps with the algo. My mic is being weird. I hope I didn't just nuke everything. Joel, GM to you. Appreciate you so much. Hope you're having a great morning. Likewise, Mr. Binniger. Good morning. Thomas Awad, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day over there. Chris has got a Mitten start with Saquon, Hurts, AJ, Devontae, and Goddard. Yeah. I mean, you have a full Super Bowl no matter what, which is kind of fun. I mean, if the Eagles make the Super Bowl, you're live. And if you pick the right AFC side, that's gravy. So it is funny. I mean, you do get rooms where no one wants the Eagles, and then you get rooms where people are bickering over them. It is very room dependent. They are one of those teams that seems like it. So yeah, good luck there. Jake says, yeah, hopefully they make it. Yeah, that's the tough part about doing these before we know all the teams. But it's also, I mean, truly, Jake, it's why you do it now. Because if the Eagles do make the playoffs, like if they're locked in, you won't be able to get that start anymore. So it does make sense. I really think the best time to draft these is now when there is uncertainty. Because yeah, you might draft the Chargers and the Chargers have a huge collapse and they miss the playoffs. It's like, well, you know, that team is dead whether the Chargers miss the playoffs or they flame out in the first round. But you're going to be able to get combos you won't be able to get because the decision tree is so much bigger. You're going to have people stacking teams that aren't going to make it. You're going to have players not drafting certain teams because of uncertainty. So I definitely think now's a good time. Slept for 13 hours, says Go Easy. Well, you deserved it, Go Easy Cards. You were running at about an 11 for 3 days straight. So I hope you're feeling good. I hope you got your sleep in. My kid simply would not go to bed last night, so it's a little bit of a late night. I got to my desk here at 8:28. So I planned to update the ticker and everything, but didn't have time. GM, everyone will. Chad, we all have a lot of Taylor. What are the expectations with Rivers playing the Seahawks? Well, I mean, you know, again, now it's probably, this is one of those things where when it happens to you, you're like way more hyper aware. But you know, obviously I had Bijan on my best dog bowl team playing the Seahawks, and it got absolutely shut down. And if Bijan just has a normal game, we're singing a very bright tune this past weekend. But I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because running back can be so touchdown dependent. Like, we've seen running backs on bad teams and they just get down to the goal line and they get 2 touchdowns and they're fine. You know, and we've also seen teams where the offense just completely collapses and there are no goal line opportunities. I don't know. I'm concerned. I think the upside is definitely less than it was with Jones. I have serious concerns about Rivers because his very last game he was good in that playoff game against Buffalo. But my recollection of Phillip Rivers wasn't even like like Joe Flacco-y in and chuck it around the yard. Like it felt like we were getting like a watered down Rivers. So, and then you add the fact that that was literally 5 years ago. Like, I don't know. I have serious concerns about the Rivers stuff. It'll be interesting to see if they start him this week or next week. So Joel says Underdog email said they'd be waiting for stat corrections, then payouts and pods. All right. I mean, I would think that the stat corrections would be wrapped up by now. I missed two BBM teams by less than a point. So maybe we'll get a little stat correction from week 2 or something. Who knows? How to say what in Philly, the Eagles vibes are very low. Snagged up. Yeah, the vibes could not be worse. The vibes could not be worse. So I hear you. But sometimes that's the time to buy. And then sometimes it's like, sometimes it's a time to sell before it goes to absolute zero. But I don't know. We've seen the Eagles, literally just win the Super Bowl. So it's hard for me to just be like, oh yeah, they're cooked because of vibes. Several ADP values in those picks also. Yeah, no, that's awesome. That is awesome, Chris. I like that. I like that start. I mean, you get a couple players from the Super Bowl on the AFC side, and you definitely could have a very live team if it all shakes out. Hey, Al Boogie, appreciate you so much. It's been awesome. It has been awesome. Hartman says GM. Hey, GM to you, Hartman. Hope you're having a great one. Al Boogie, there's no stat corrections. They just need to move money over from Pick'ems. Gosh, the old Pick'ems. I'm thankfully back in a non-Pick'em state because I don't think I won a single Pick'em while I was traveling. Pollard versus Cleveland. Anything? Yeah, about JT. Exactly. I mean, you've seen running backs on bad teams just get home. I mean, he'll get all the opportunities. So, I mean, if they have a couple drives where they move the ball inside the red zone, I mean, I don't see why he couldn't just be fine. But yeah, I mean, I think the 40-point games seem like they're, not really in the range of outcomes, barring him just, and any running back can just like break off a 70-yard run like Tony Pollard. Like these things can happen. So you never say like, oh, they can't score because like anyone can, but like the reality is it seems like there's going to be some risk to the offense. Chris has only got 8 of my 46 Fannin teams. Well, Chris, I mean, I think most people would be thrilled with 8 Fannin teams. That is not a bad way to start. All right. So the other thing is, if we look at the sprint's a little embarrassing. I'll admit it. My sprint, I don't know what was going on in the sprints. Where are you, sprint? I think are you down here? Here's the sprint. Oh, it's its own thing. That's right. So I did 37 sprints, and I'm advancing 3. The good news is PD posted the wild card number, and I think it's 1,613. So I believe I will get 2 more teams from the sprint wild card. So I think I'm going to get 5 out of 37 sprint teams through. So we will see. I don't think any of them are very good. I don't think the sprint is the best contest for me after having just like completely bricked out and only getting 3 teams without a little bit of help from the overlay gods. So all right, let's see. And yeah, I think yesterday we kind of covered most of the BBM advance rate stuff. Happy to look at anything. I did my first goal line stand yesterday. It's kind of fun. The 12-person draft because it's very deep. It's a very deep field. We can just hop in a main BR if people want to do that. We can also do playoff best ball. So whichever one people want to see, we can hop into those. So let me get the timestamps. We'll warm up with a BR, see where we're at. Intro. All right. And we'll get the timestamp BR. All right. Sweet. Chris says only 1 and 4 in the sprint. My second best team missed a cutoff. Yeah, brutal. Well, I mean, the cutoff number is unofficial, but I do trust PD. I feel like he's He's in the know, so that I'm sticking with that number for now. Greg says, GM gang, hey, Greg, good morning to you. Fellow long-suffering Dolphins fan. We're going to get a nice, we might even get a winning year. We're not going to make the playoffs, but we still might, we might have a winning season here. Who knows? Phil says, you got a goal line stand to fill yesterday. Yes. Over on Fantasy Sharps stream, which is Pat Moore Poker and Merck's Cards. Fantastic stream, by the way, if you don't sub to Fantasy Sharps. They stream late in the evening, so they're a nice bookend to the day. They were trying to get a goal line stand filled. I got one in there with them. It was a good one. But yeah, they have been very tough to fill. Goods, GM. Hey, GM to you, Goods. I hope you're having a great morning yourself. Appreciate you so much for coming by and hanging out. Greg, I mean, it's fun to not lose. I mean, at a certain point, it's like, what's the point of being like, oh, I want a slightly better draft pick? Like, you know, we can't just lose. We can't just want to lose forever. All right, JSN, Puka, or Jamar Chase. I feel like I prefer Puka in this game environment a little bit to JSN. I don't want to do a bunch of these and end up with no JSN. But, I mean, Indy could be like a total ecological collapse. And we've seen Seattle take their foot off the gas. We've seen those JSN games. Now, he's gotten there like in one quarter of play. But I do feel like this Rams-Detroit game is something I want to attack a little more than the Seattle stuff. And I know if we're talking Seattle, I know I'm going to fall for the Ken Walker. I'm going to step on the rake again. I'm sure I'm going to draft a few Ken Walker shares. Probably they're not going to pan out. But it does feel like eventually it has to happen. The only issue is that their cleanup back is Charbonnet. So if they're up big, you don't even get that. So I don't know. It might just be bad. It might just be terrible. Greg says, Game Manager 2 is tough to watch, but it seems like the experiment is over. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've almost come full circle on Tua. Like, wasn't that kind of the fear on Tua when we first got him? Was that was like the best we could hope, was he'd be a game manager, not a huge arm. And then we had those like fun couple seasons where they, offense looked super high octane. And now we're like, maybe Tua's just a game manager. I don't know. But yeah, it is much more enjoyable watching wins. Our schedule has been pretty favorable, so we'll see. All right, you know what? Let's just grab Josh Allen. I do like Nico against the Rams, but we'll take a Josh Allen team. We'll take Josh Allen. Hey, Ball is Life, GM to you. Hope you're having a great day. I've actually had no coffee today. It was such a rush morning. I've had zero coffee, so we'll see. We could start fading early. We'll try not to. Chris says, is Seattle saving Walker for the playoffs like the Rams are Kyron? I think Seattle's just annoying. I think Seattle just doesn't care about us. I mean, if you go back, like I really liked Charbonnet, like as a prospect coming in, was really upset when he went to the Seahawks in the first place. Because I'm like, why are they wasting this guy? Because I thought Charbs could be a 3-down back somewhere. And then he lands in Seattle, and it's like really hamstrung both guys. Ultimately it's been bad. I mean, they could be, but honestly, Chris, I feel like they kind of like the flow they have with the two of them. So I don't see it quite as analogous. I could be wrong. I'm not like a Seahawks expert, but that's like just my take. Hey, Chris GM. I hope you're having a great morning, Chris. I appreciate you so much for coming by and hanging out. We got Josh Allen. We got Puka Nacua. We could have Allen Cook. I don't think I love that in the 6 persons. The receiving work is just not quite there. Feels just a touch thin to me. I think I would rather go Rashi or one of these tight ends. Bowers is the first tight end off the board. That's a little interesting. I'll take McBride. I was talking about this yesterday with the Fantasy Sharps on their channel, like in the chat, and I really like Kittle against Tennessee. And so I don't know if my if I was doing single entry, if I would take Kittle over McBride. We just saw Tennessee get, it's not always position by position, it completely analogous, but Fannin and Njoku combined for 3 touchdowns. Obviously Kittle can be a little bit different. It could be a little squirrely with him, but I do like the chance for Kittle against Tennessee. That game could obviously get weird with Tennessee if they're not able to keep pace. Sometimes we've seen Kittle kind of, not run as many routes in certain game scripts. So whereas McBride, we know they're just going to be chucking. The problem is obviously McBride's playing a much tougher defense. So I think that's a tough choice for me. I'd be interested to see what people are doing there. Obviously the market is taking McBride ahead, but I have some Kittle sympathies myself. Nick Constantino, GM Chad, and everyone. Hey, GM to you, Nick. I hope you're having a great morning. Today, we're trying to put together a little Josh Allen, Puka, McBride team. I meant to keep the board up for the people, but I failed. Now we are in a weird spot. I don't really love Josh Jacobs against Tennessee. Are we already scrolling? I'm going to just lock up Diggs here. I like Diggs opposite Allen. We saw the Diggs revenge narrative did actually play out. Revenge narratives are usually kind of bogus. This one I actually believe, especially going back. I think they're back in Buffalo this game. No, they're at home. Okay, so New England's at home. I've seen Diggs May teams taken in a few drafts. I think that's not a bad move at all. The Diggs May double tap. So I did not want to just push that. Running back is so deep that I'm fine pushing that until later. And, Woody Marks I really like. I think that's a really nice matchup. I think Judkins is playable. Excuse me. I like RJ Harvey. I think that's kind of fun. Even Omari and Hampton, Swift, these guys are all clickable down in this range, and they're going to be super low owned. Chris Rodriguez, if you're really crazy, I don't know if I like that in the 6 persons. That might be a bridge too far. I'm just looking down. You have Ken Walker all the way in Narnia. Devin Neal, if Kamara misses, ADP of 36 flat. Singletary, if Tracy misses, I don't think Tracy's going to miss, but it is really deep. It is really deep at running back. So I don't think you just have to take, the highest guy on the board if you're not into them. And I don't know. I don't know if I love the Denver stuff, but I think I'll start with Marks and then see what the room hands to us. I mean, Chase Brown is certainly clickable. Maybe Marks isn't quite as good because he's clicked more than these other guys who I think are going to be kind of similar, but we'll see. Chris G, been taking a breather, but I need to start looking at. I hear you, man. I hear you. It was very tempting to sit yesterday out, but I did not want to miss another stream. I'll say if I was not streaming, I don't think I would have been doing many drafts yesterday until maybe the late evening. But we're back in the streets. We're back in the streets. We took Woody Marks there, so we got a little mini game thing going on with Marks and Trey McBride. We got Diggs unstacked. Excuse me, we got Allen unstacked with Diggs opposite him, and then we got Puka Nacua. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I see a Dowdle shout from Go AZ Cards. I'm a little concerned about the Chuba working in a hair more than he has been. I don't know. I know I was just disparaging Josh Jacobs, but I will say I don't think I want absolutely no Josh Jacobs. I think people are scared by the matchup, but Denver has been. I think there have been a few games where they've given up some decent running back performances, and we know Green Bay wants to run it a ton. The other backs have really been kind of phased out. I think it's Josh Jacobs' backfield again. So That was a little bit of a punt off, mostly because I didn't know which of these scroll guys I liked. I didn't think Jacobs would still be there. So this team ends up being Allen, Marks, Jacobs, Puka, Diggs, and McBride. But again, I think you could absolutely go any direction taking another back. I could have taken another receiver too. The receiver depth I don't think is as strong as the running back depth, but Tet McMillan, Chris Olave, them going undrafted, that's nice. Wandale against Washington could, see a whole bunch of targets against a really crappy secondary there. I mean, we were willing to play the Vikings receivers with 9. I think, a little surprised to see Wandale not go because, and Dart didn't even go in this draft. So, I mean, this week with no bye weeks is so deep. So I definitely think it's going to be a week where you win by scrolling a little bit. It's just how I think. Chief Matt, GM, hey, I hope you're having a great morning, Chief Matt. Appreciate you coming by. Likewise, Brian the Goober. Brian, thanks so much for coming in, hanging out. Brian, of course, a fan favorite as Go AZ Cards. Shouting him out, saying good morning to Brian. All right, let me see what the goal line stands at. I imagine it's going to be waiting for like 9. Waiting for 4. All right. I'll sit in this for a second if anyone's trying to get in the goal line stand streets. This might not move. If it doesn't, we'll just get over to a BR, but I'll sit in here for a second in case anyone here is trying to get these. Goal line stand 1. All right. Waiting for 2. All right. We might be able to get this done. Chris says, back in the streets like a hoodlum, but a hoodlum who gets up early and stays up late with exactly. Like the wholesome hoodlum. Chris G says, Go AZ Cards, pleasure hanging with you, Popple. Well, there we go. There we go from Chris G. Yeah, but it was truly a pleasure hanging with Go AZ Cards. Just a genuinely good guy and a ton of fun to hang out with. So again, I echo Chris G's sentiment there. All right, we're off, and you know what I get for my troubles? I get the 11 hole. We get the 11 hole. So my goodness, you would think after the dog bowl was done, the 12 persons would not be as sweaty, but this is as sweaty as it gets. We got Patrick Barnes, we got Best Ball Viper, who of course won 2 years ago at the dog bowl. We got Go AZ Cards, we got Nez, we got Mr. Vinegar, we got Buster's boys and friends here. We got J-Dubs, myself, and Goods. I know, I think Goods comes by sometimes. All right, Chris. Chris said the kids had me up at 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Brutal run out, Chris. Yeah, you're right, 1 year ago. I guess this one was 4 days ago. So yeah, a year ago, not 2 years ago. The previous one. Greg says, oh, well, you know what, Greg? Emotionally shaken. It's okay. Yeah, John couldn't get enough of that. John was a big fan, but we press on. We press on. Go AZ Cards, you and Chris, you and Pops. Yeah, it was a good hang. Go AZ Cards. Let's see, Patrick Barnes YouTube, of course, he's got to take the full clock, famously takes the full clock here. So at the 11, you get to typically, it seems like you can make the Jonathan Taylor decision, which is a little bit scary. We'll see. Not to telegraph too much, but I'm going to have a tough time, I think, clicking on Taylor too much in the 12 persons unless I get a fall. I don't know. I think I would rather take a shot with some of the later running backs, but we'll see. Chris says it's going to be a lot of autos. Yeah, there could be. There definitely could be, because yeah, we've seen these sometimes in the DBQs as they take forever to fill, and then there's a draft on stream, and the people who were in the room for 45 minutes aren't expecting it to snap fill. Oh yeah, we got Lamar Jackson at the 3 from the No Badger. So let's see. I wonder I wonder if there is a reason for people doing weird stuff in rooms. I don't know. We'll see. Brian the Goober says, I'm playing against 4 JT shares in my high stakes managed leagues. I'm sure he'll smash. Yeah, it's over. It is over for you. That's always how it seems to go. It's like, oh, I got this good player in the terrible matchup, and then we get to hear for the next week all about how some players are just matchup proof, and you get lectured by that, and it's not fun. But best of luck, Brian the Goober. I mean, I think all of us probably have a lot of JT just because all of our JT stuff is still alive. So I don't know what I'm really rooting for with JT myself, because I think I have like 9 of my 23 BBM teams have him, but that's probably like a normal ratio. So it's like, would I rather those 9 lose if the rest of the field gets wiped out that has JT? I don't know. It is hard to know exactly what you're rooting for sometimes early in these. Chris G's asking when yeah, that's the question on all our minds. DK was able to get him out. Now you can't look at the other teams in your rooms on DK, but you know who you're up against, which is fun. I think they don't show them till the games go live on DK for whatever reason. All right, let's see. So the other Buster's boy, I mean the other random no Badger, we'll take Saquon here, takes Jalen Hurts in this room. So we got Lamar, Jalen Hurts to the 2 no Badgers here. That's correct, Chad. As far as the advancing stuff or the or seeing it on DK, yeah. All right, so Jalen Hurts goes, Josh Allen goes to J-Dub. So we got Saquon. I mean, the Saquon matchup is tough to beat. And now we have to decide between Rashee Rice and Nico. I think I'm willing to just do the Nico thing against Arizona. I think this Arizona defense we want to try to pick on a little bit. So we got Saquon, Nico here, and it doesn't look like, other than the no Badgers taking Lamar and Hurts very early, it doesn't look like we have anything too odd. We get Goods going Cook Adams. We've got J-Dubs building a game stack with Allen and Henderson. And now we can see what Buster's Boys does in this room. But again, as always, appreciate the support. We just crossed the 350 sub threshold, which is awesome. If you can drop a like, drop a sub, that would be absolutely fantastic. It helps the channel. It helps keep the lights on and doing these drafts, filling rooms early, trying to provide a little liquidity in the mornings when sometimes it can be tough to fill. It can be tough to fill rooms, but appreciate you all again so much for coming in, hanging out. So we see Jonathan Taylor. He falls all the way to 17. I think it feels like that's like where he's going to end up, unless, of course, when ETR comes out tonight, they give him a good projection, and then the masses will begin taking him again. But I think before our overlords tell us what to do, people naturally are having a tough time clicking on Jonathan Taylor. And so I could definitely see him sliding from ADP of 11 to about here. Brian asks, anyone play Dynasty? Could use some advice on a trade I'm considering. Famously, make sure to tag Easy with all your Dynasty questions. Over in the Matic Discord, he really appreciates that. Brian, myself, I'm in Dynasty leagues, and it's like I have such a tough time like with Dynasty leagues. I don't know why. I just like can't bring myself to spend the time on them. I'm in like 4, and I can't imagine people who are in more than them. I just don't know what it is. I just can't get like emotionally invested in the Dynasty teams. All right, let's see what some people are doing. We got Mr. Vinegar here. He goes Amon-Ra, Chase Brown, so gets a couple guys from some high total games. Nez takes JSN McBride. That's a pretty nice start. I considered taking one of the elite tight ends over here at 14. JSN McBride feels like a nice pairing over there. Best ball Viper goes Gibbs, Drake, May. I'd say it feels early for May, but honestly, he's not going to be there at 47. So if you want Drake, May Gibbs, I have no problem with that. I wonder if he'll take. No, he takes Kyron there. Hey, Mercs Cards, GM to you. We're actually talking about your stream earlier with Pat Moore over on Fantasy Sharps. You guys are a fantastic follow over there. And the only other goal line stand I was able to do was the one that you guys got filled last evening. So this is goal line stand 2 for me here. We got a Saquon Nico start, and so far so good. Oh, go AZ card. Sorry, I missed this. I'm rooting for Dowdle to take back the backfield most advancing player, 13 of 18. Wow. Yeah, he was. He was a great pick, and I do wonder what they're gonna do this week, because Chuba appears well aware that his job was in jeopardy and possible future in the NFL, and he's shown a little more juice. So I don't know. We will see. Yeah. All right, Brian. Mercs Cards got you for all your dynasty needs there. Nez, you maniac. Are you here? Are you autoing? Or are you going double elite tight end? Nez goes JSN, McBride, and Bowers. What an animal. He's trying to win the goal line stand the fanciest way possible with double elite tight end. You'll love to see it. Nez going outside the box here for this goal line stand. All right, let's see. So we got Saquon, Nico. So right now, the one thing about Nico is if we want Stroud, I think he's got to be past QB 12. Yeah, so I think we can safely push QB to round 6 if we want to go the Stroud route. Of course, we do not have to do that. Let's see what Buster's Boys and J-Dubs does here. Let's see what those two do. Be interested to see. Chris says, I played Dynasty since 1997. What's the offer? Oh my goodness. All right, so we've got some true a dynasty of like that. That's like a real dynasty. That's like a dynasty in the history books there. Very impressive stuff. Jake asking, what is Nez doing? I was sitting on Bowers. Oh, I bet you were, Jake. But Nez does what Nez does there. All right, McMillan goes, I think I just take RJ Harvey. I was going to say if there were 2 running backs available, if Genty and Harvey were there, I was going to push it and let Goods decide who I got. I think there's a little bit of a drop off to Harvey to this next range, so I'm going to snag him here. We'll just grab that. A little bit of a fall for Stafford. Yeah, there goes Stafford. I could have ruined his day by taking Stafford, but there's no real point in doing that. Dart's fun. The Fannin bet is kind of fun. Dart Wandale would have been available. That was another thing I was considering. I think if you're in these, that's kind of fun. Do I want one of these receivers, or do I want to do the Fannin bet? I'm going to do the Fannin bet because it is so gosh darn fun here. So we'll grab Fannin. So we got Saquon, Harvey, Nico, Fannin. Could we make this a Shadur Sanders team? We could. We probably shouldn't, but we could. It opens up another quarterback who. Here's the thing about Shadur. It seems clear, when I thought of Cleveland, it's like they're going to try to win by running the ball 1,000 times because that's what they're best at. They're going to lean on their defense. But for some reason, I think now that Shadur is the quarterback, they kind of are just like, you know what? Let's just let Shadur cook. I don't think Shadur wants to hand the ball off 35 times. I don't think he's going to be happy doing that. And I think the team realizes just like, well, screw it. Let's just let Shadur cook. So I almost feel like the Browns are going to turn into like a kind of weird pass happy team. That's like my take on what you do with a Shedeur Sanders. So I don't know. I'm almost feeling like that Shedeur is draftable, but that might sound absolutely ridiculous when he has 13 pass attempts next week. But I feel like it's possible. And we saw them uncork Dylan Gabriel. I mean, Dylan Gabriel had a game where he had like 48 dropbacks or something, or 48 pass attempts. I don't know. I'm Shedeur curious, and maybe I'm crazy. If anyone wants to talk me off of the ledge. Brian says it's pretty nasty. I'm the 4 seed in a 12-team start 10 league, considering giving 26 seconds for Saquon. I would do that myself because I feel like second round picks aren't super duper valuable, and you're trying to win now, and they're playing like I don't know. You're in win now mode. You're in the playoffs. That's my take. But I don't know anything about Dynasty. I'm bad at it. Go easy cards. Anyone have the beer shakes? I do not, thankfully. I am good. P.S. Even in the cold, you all should have went to the Kansas City Sunday night game. Great. Yeah, I wish I had been able to go. It was too much with the kiddo in town, or I would have joined all of you going. It looked like a ton of fun. Chris says, if you think you can win this year, you give the picks. It's not like you couldn't reflip Saquon in the offseason. Oh, that's a good point by Chris. You could get something back for him. Go AZ Card says, I was sandwiched between very loud Houston fans. I made sure the peeps behind me knew I was Switzerland neutral. Yeah, you don't want to end up in a fight in the stands for like a team you don't care about. That's brutal. Merck's Cards, I'm not crazy bullish on the 2026 class. Saquon's schedule is pretty absurd. Saquon could bounce back a bit next year. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm glad I'm not crazy for my my take of do it. Yeah, get the fans excited. That could apply to the Shedeur discussion or to the Brian the Goobers team, the fans of his dynasty team. They need the injection of life in Saquon. Saquon for 2 seconds is a smash. All right, there we go. There we go, says Joel. Brian says, appreciate the advice, everyone. Tough for me to want Saquon as a Giants fan, but I'll get over it. Yeah, I can only imagine, like, if Waddle had actually gotten traded to the Bills, that would have been probably a similar feeling and just been absolutely miserable. So I hear you. Make sure to, yeah, thanks, Brian. Make sure to hit the like. Yeah, everyone, please hit the like. Hit the like, hit the sub. It all helps. I'll recap some people's teams. I got caught up in Dynasty. We'll chat whatever. We can talk Dynasty if that's what the people want. So we got Saquon, speaking of Saquon, RJ, Harvey, Nico, and Fannin. We are going to need one more wide receiver. If we look at what we got, what do we got? It's not great. It's getting a little thin. Unless we take Jerry Jeudy and we double stack Shedeur Sanders. The Shedeur double. Dear God. I don't know that we have to do that. Watson's a little scary if he gets the Surtain treatment here. If he gets the Surtain treatment, that's not great. Cortland Sutton all the way in the depths of the depth against Green Bay. I do have RJ Harvey in that game, and I think Bo Nix. No one's drafted Bo Nix? Why has no one taken Bo Nix in the 12-mans? What am I missing? If I'm gonna be the only one in the contest with Bo Nix, I'm just gonna take him here. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. I mean, I'll take Harvey. We'll just game stack it. We'll do a. We've seen Denver. We've seen Denver get there. We just don't love it. Is it supposed to be a blizzard? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking. I'm still thinking like dog bully where it's a smaller field, but I don't know. I'll give you an ADP Bo Nix. I got you, boss. So we'll take Bo Nix, who no one's taken yet. Saquon, Harvey, Nico, Sutton, and Fannin. We'll try something a little different. we'll try something a little different. I don't mind this team. I think this team's kind of fun here. Obviously, if Denver is not good, then this team's going to lose. But we're clearly getting some kind of ownership leverage on the Denver pieces who nobody wants. Green Bay does have a good defense, but they're not like, I don't think they're like a hyper elite by any means. Hartman says CMC, Henry, or Saquon, who's the most dust? Ooh, Henry. I think it's Henry. That's a pretty dusty. But with CMC coming off a bye, I think it's gonna be a smash this week. Yeah, there's a like button, Chris. There's a like button. Appreciate you. Chris says Henry is the most dusty. Go Easy Cards. We're on the same page. Love Nico and Marks this week. Nice. All right. I like those. I like them too. The 6 persons, it's a little cleaner. The 12 persons gets is getting pretty deep. Hartman says, Chris, sadly, you might be right. Yeah, it's tough. I like all those guys. I like Derrick Henry quite a bit. I like CMC. I mean, he's been just so good for so long. Yeah. Thomas Awad says CMC dust. Yeah, his yards, he just gets so much he's just such a king of volume that's keeping him afloat right now. The explosive plays have been like few and far between, sadly. Mark's Cards. Knicks feels like a great pick if he's going to be so low owned. Worry. I think it's a run heavy game, hard to throw on the Broncos and Packers. But yeah, Mark's. It's definitely not a game I'm going to target a ton. But if I'm going to get 15, 20 of these in, I one Knicks team. If he literally, I literally think that's the first time he's been drafted in the goal line stand. Now, there haven't been a ton of rooms, but I'll just take the ownership leverage on it. Because you don't always get that with a quarterback in a 12 person that seems viable, that has like rushing upside. I mean, Knicks has had, was it 2 weeks where he kind of was like QB1 or QB, in the top 3. I think he's had a couple weeks this year. I don't know. Yeah, there's a reason he's going undrafted. But I don't mind him at this discount. Harry isn't dusty at all, says Terrence. And noting that the Eagles and Baltimore have O-line issues. Fair. I feel like I see a teensy veneer of dust at this point, but I'm still not going to try to tackle the guy. He's still Derrick Henry. He's still Derrick Henry. Emo Cowboy, howdy Chad. I need to catch up on your stream yesterday, Kansas City Dog Bowl. But hey, appreciate you so much, Emo Cowboy. It was awesome. Had a ton of fun. We got to get Emo Cowboy and the whole Toxic Tower to the Dog Bowl next year, and hopefully myself too. But appreciate you so much, Emo Cowboy. Go Easy Cards. I'll take no QB Warren. Well, he could be the QB, emergency backup quarterback Warren. Hey, Gunnar Ross, GM audio listener today. Gunnar Ross was at the Dog Bowl as well. One of the good ones. So nice to meet you, Gunnar Ross. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the audio listeners as well. All right, let's see who did what. Patrick Barnes, YouTube. He goes CMC, AJ Brown, Zay Flowers. He takes Ken Walker, pick 48, and goes Dart and Kincaid at pick 72. Kincaid at pick 72 is pretty nice. If we're gonna get a massive drafting discount on Kincaid as tight end 13 in this room. Tight end 13. So not bad there. Best ball Viper, he goes Gibbs, Drake May, Kyron. He gets Diggs at 47, so he is able to build the stack. And then Wandale and Gadsden. I like the Wandale pick. Gadsden, man, has been just really wonky. I feel like he's now just turned into a tight end in this range where you're just hoping he gets some spike weeks. It seems like the usage is not nearly what it was, but we know the talent is there. The Chargers can be a little weird week to week with who is the pass catcher. It's just they have a huge array of people who can get there. I don't mind the Gadsden pick, but I don't see this and be like, oh, this is a huge discount. This feels like where he should be going. All right, let's see. Go AZ Cards. Puka, Etienne, Woody Marks, Jennings, Purdy, Warren. I like this. I like Jennings. If you guys want a 6-person scroll, Jennings is deep in the depths. I like Jennings. I think Jennings Purdy is viable in 6 persons. I like it a lot here. So yeah, I like this team. I think that's kind of fun. I mean, San Francisco can be tough because it can be the same thing where it could just be like, a Kittle CMC week and Jennings doesn't do much. But against the Titans, I just want to attack that in every way possible. So I like that from Go Easy Cards. Nez, the wild man, he goes JSN, McBride, Bowers, and then Mahomes, Amari and Hampton, and BTJ. So just completely unhinged, taking 2 elite tight ends, takes an unstacked Mahomes, grabs all the projection, takes Hampton on the other side, and then of course the much maligned BTJ. So swinging for the fences here was Mr. Nez there. JT Vinegar, he goes Amon-Ra, Chase Brown, Judkins, McLaurin, Goff at pick 55 is nice with in that huge total with Amon-Ra, and then Theo Johnson. I have not thought much about Theo Johnson this year or week. I got to look more into that, but I like the team here. Mr. Vinegar, Mr. Worth, what'd you do? Allen, Henderson, and then Tet McMillan, Jacoby Myers, DeAndre Swift, Isaiah Likely. Yeah, nice team. Just a solid group. Swift at 58 feels good. Isaiah Likely, again, his box score looks a lot differently if the officiating is at all consistent in any way, shape, or form. So some nice teams here in this room. Appreciate y'all filling a 12-person room here. Beastburf, GM Hey, Beastburf, appreciate you. I hope you're having a great morning yourself. Thanks so much for coming in and hanging out. Kieran says, we shall see organizational funk depresses values. I'll let the market overreact. Yeah, I mean, Henry, you're not getting too much. I'm having in a 6-person, and it snap filled. Henry is, pick 8. So I don't think you're getting too much of a discount on Derrick Henry this week. I don't know who I would even put him ahead of. I feel like 8 is a fair price. So maybe over on DK he'll be low owned, but at least as far as the underdog streets, I don't think you're getting any kind of market discount there. Chris said it's just too big an if. 2 touchdowns is easier to see than 150 yards. I think I missed who that was in reference to. Jake says, hoping the Giants can replicate what the Vikings did to Washington. Yeah, I mean, I like the Giants stuff this week. I would definitely be clicking some Wandale. I think maybe in the 12s I could get to Slayton. I wouldn't mind a Slayton Dart team. Feels a little touch thin. It feels a little too thin in the 6s, but just with how deep this week is. But I don't mind that. Go Easy Cards, clock tick down all the way for Nez. Pretty sure it was an auto. That's always why I said a 1 tight end limit. It's funnier to think if he didn't. But yeah, it probably was. Poor Nez was probably in there and wasn't expecting a sweaty stream to fire up and fill the room. Terrence says, market seems to suffer from recency bias and amnesia. Well, Terrence, come on, that's human nature. And that's why we do it, because we can, we can find where we differ from the market and take advantage of it. I think I'll take JSN this one if Gibbs goes, just because we just made a Puka team previously. Let me get the timestamp here. 4850 BR2. All right, let's see. Hey, Jets drop bombs, hopping in late. Hey, GM2, I hope you're having a great morning. Jets drop bombs. Brian asking, Chad, do you do playoff best ball much? You know what, Brian? I'll do a Mitten next. I will do a playoff best ball next. I do plan on doing them. I actually just don't know what people prefer to watch, to be honest. I'll do either one. I don't care. Playoff best ball is hard though, and I last year, I think I had some Eagles, Chiefs teams, but they just didn't survive to the finals. Like I didn't get a finals team in, even in the ones where I had the Super Bowl correct. It is tough. It is tough. I was fairly light on Ladd because I don't think I thought the Chargers were going to go very far, and he kind of made the whole thing a little wonky because so many zombie teams were getting through. Josh Allen continues to fall. I assume that's just because that's the normal cadence of elite QB tends to drop as the week moves on. I'm going to grab him anyway because if I take Nico there, I think I'm taking unstacked QB anyway because I don't know if I really want Stroud or Darnold in the 6 persons very frequently. So I really don't mind just grabbing Allen there. Go Easy Card saying hello to Mr. Gunnar Ross. Chris is getting into that Mitten. Yeah, well, I'll hop into the next Mitten. I think they should be feeling well. Thomas says, I'm in for some playoff best ball. Okay, awesome. I actually thought about including that in the name of the stream title, and then it got too long, and I just put Battle Royales. But we'll hop into some of those as well. Joel says, feel like the teams that end up with the bye won't be heavy favorites to reach a Super Bowl, so we can see some super teams in playoff best ball. Yeah, that is the funny part is dealing with the bye week teams. And it feels very unsettled this year. Like, I'm assuming it's the Patriots, but if the Patriots lose, then I think, then it could be a sweat. It could turn into the Bills. So I don't know. It is tough, and the NFC is kind of wide open of who the bye week team will be. All right. James Cook goes, do we want unstacked AJ Brown or do we want one of these elite tight ends? I'll do the unstacked AJ Brown here. Go Easy Card says, hello to the morning crew. 2 weeks, way too long. Yeah, I know. It was a long hiatus, but we are back. Between Thanksgiving and the Kansas City travel. It was tough. Jake says, I found a way too early team where I got the Big 4 Rams, so I hope they don't slip out of the bye. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, if you can get the super stack of one of those teams, it's like it's going to be harder and harder to get them as the playoff picture crystallizes. Chris says, I think the Rams get the bye, but what do I know? Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the current picture because it wouldn't shock me if somehow the Packers got the bye, but people don't even like drafting the Packers anyway. I feel like that would be the best case scenario for folks. All right, so we got Allen, JSN, and AJ Brown. I think I'll just grab Travis Etienne, which really kills me to do because I really like Tootin, but the fumbling issues are a nightmare. And Liam Cohen basically came out and was like, "Yep, it's all about ball security." And Tootin pretty much got benched. It's not looking great. So I definitely have some concerns about that. All right, yeah, so the Rams, I forgot the Packers had a tie. Yeah, the Seahawks are at 10-3 as well. So it's the Seahawks could end up with the bye. I can't remember if they play the Rams again or not. Brian says Packers, Broncos, Texans are some teams that no one drafts that could make deeper. Yeah, I have not done that many playoff best ball teams. My way too early stuff, I don't have any Texans, but I'm definitely now yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see the Texans make a run. At the very least, I think they could make the conference championship game. I'm with you. I think all of those teams could are live. The Broncos, man, they're a team that feels like they can't keep getting away with it. They keeps getting away with it. But I don't know. Let me grab. You know what? Assuming no one pulls a Nez and goes double tight end, I can save Kincaid for my last pick because everybody has a tight end next to me. So what do we want to do? Are there any good scrolly running backs? We're running out of time. I know we did Woody Marks. Can we get Harvey? Let's do Harvey. I think Harvey's gonna be super low owned in the 6 persons. So we'll grab an RJ Harvey share. So we got Allen, Etienne, Harvey, JSN, AJ Brown, and hopefully Kincaid. Honestly, if I'm scrolling for Harvey, even though all these people have tight ends, part of me thinks I should have just taken Kincaid because odds are no one was taking Harvey. And people theoretically could go double tight end. And if someone did take Harvey, I'd just take someone else. So maybe in that situation, despite knowing everyone has a tight end, I might have made sense. But we should still get Kincaid. If we don't get Kincaid, then maybe we would take like Hunter Henry on the other side. Maybe we would take like a Juwan Johnson. I'm just trying to think through what we would have done there. But fortunately, we're not in that boat. We'll take Dalton Kincaid. So we got Kincaid, Etienne, Harvey, JSN, AJ Brown, and Kincaid. Kelly Lapidus, first of all, GM to you. Appreciate you coming by, hanging out. It says Rams all the way this year. Congrats on a great year, chat. Hey, thanks so much, Kelly. Appreciate that so much. Yeah, Rams look good. Rams look good. I mean, other than the hiccup against the Panthers, the Rams seem like they're pretty fun team. Seahawks Rams is next Thursday. Okay, that's gonna be huge. Yeah, Jake notes Rams Seahawks next week could be a scenario where the division beats each other up and Packers get the bye. Yeah, again, a lot of these teams live for the bye. It's very tough to plan for that. Thomas Awad, I've gotten to a lot of 49ers so far. Them and LA are my most owned. The 49ers. All right. I like that. I mean, they're on the correct side of the bubble now. So, I mean, I definitely could see a world where CMC is last year's lad, where CMC nukes, the Niners lose, and just a bunch of zombie teams move on. But yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that, especially if people are just taking CMC as a one-off and not getting to the other stuff. Terrence, Eagles early exit and AJ Brown on the Patriots next year. Well, the Patriots search for wide receiver one is the stuff of legend. So that I could absolutely see him in a Pats jersey. All right, let's see where the Mitten's at. Where are you, Mitten? Yeah, the gauntlet's a little pricey. I got to be honest. I don't know how much gauntleting I'm gonna do. All right, waiting for 2 in the Mitten. If anyone wants to mitten it up, hop on in. Go AZ Cards. Last week was the start of my home Superflex playoff weeks. 2 weeks total points each round. My starting QBs, Dimes and Taylor. Oh, rip. Is your lineup locked? Like you're just done? Because that is a little unfortunate. So we got B-Spurf in the room. We got B-Spurf. We got a No Badger and some people I don't recognize. But of course, if you're in here, please let me know. I will happily shout out your team. Let me update the timestamp. Also, if you could take this time to like and subscribe, that would do me a lot of good. I appreciate you so much. Oh no, Thomas said I'll join the Mitten, but I think unless you're in here and I missed you, yeah, Chris is in the overflow. I doubt I made an overflow. I feel like you probably could hop out. I don't think I don't think I quite have overflow cachet on this stream yet, but I can't help fill stuff. But I'm not. It's not like a Peter Davis where they join something and an overflow snap fails. All right, what do we want to do? What do we want to do, people? Puka goes immediately. What are y'all thinking? You know what? I'm nothing if not a easily swayed by the crowd. Oh, let's do CMC. Let's grab Oh, it filled. I'm in another. Oh no, I'm sorry. You know what? The other thing is, I wonder if some of the same people in this room are in it. You could end up with people who just queued up a bunch of drafts. Room is JT Vinegar, Eagles. Eagles is super sharp drafter, so pay attention to him. It would be cool if he was in the stream once, because we could follow that draft as well. Because Eagles very sharp drafter, absolutely crushing the quarterly contest. So very very sharp over there. I'm sorry, I did not think we could get a I did not think we could get an overflow going. All right, so let's see. We got Cook, May. So we got a Rams person. The only AFC stuff, we got Allen over here, and we got Cook and May over here. Josh Jacobs goes. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do, folks? I don't think I want to fight over the scraps of the Bills and the in the Pats. I'll take Harvey. I don't mind that shout of the Broncos stuff. And I think odds are we can get people to stay in their lanes and build out some Niners Broncos stuff. This might be too thin of a Super Bowl, but we'll see. This is not a game that I have had huge amounts of success on last season. So we'll see what we can do. If nothing else, you can laugh at my teams. But we'll see what people are doing. So we got Allen and Shakir going here. I think if we want to continue with this, man, it's crazy seeing Jahmyr Gibbs all the way down here, but the Lions are a little dicey to even get in this thing. I think they're below 50% now, so we will see. Yeah, overflow dupe Chad's team. The old overflow room. All right, we're gonna grab Kittle here, I think. Because I think I definitely want the Niners side. I'm a little cooler on the if we get Sutton, great. If we don't, it's fine. We could potentially bail on the Denver stuff and pick a different AFC stack and just say Harvey's, kind of our advance rate piece. We'll get 5 Niners and then sprinkle some different AFC stuff. So we'll see. Chad does pull with the sickos. Yeah. Unfortunately for Eagles, now he's got all the sickos in the draft with him. Morning, Chad and Chad. Hey, morning to you, Mathology. I hope you're having a great one. Appreciate you so much. Terrence asking, any plans for a big purchase with you? No, I don't think so. We're just gonna keep on grinding here. Maybe try to get something fun, but I don't know what that is. If you guys met me, I'm a pretty simple guy. I don't know. I don't need anything too fancy. So we see AJ Brown go. Gibbs goes. So this draft are getting some nice discount on some of the Lions stuff there. Jake noting the Lions 1 game behind the Bears, and the Bears have a brutal schedule. Terrence sees that too. I don't think the Bears are getting in. The jig is up. Oh, uh-oh. Well, if you want the Lions stuff, now is the time, because they used to be extremely expensive, and now we got Gibbs at 16, Amon-Ra at 21. So maybe making some Lions stuff does make a fair amount of sense. I'm hoping I get Bo Nix here, because then I have Bo Nix. So we'll see. Some good analysis here. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna stag Bo Nix. I didn't realize that the Denver ADPs had steamed up this high. So now we've got Nix, CMC, Harvey, Kittle, and Sutton here. I don't think it's optimal to go 5 and 5. I'm gonna be honest, but we might end up going 5 and 5 on this team. Not sure. Gotta see what I want to do. This is where I could use a little bit of help here, because I think we just take Purdy next, and then I really like Juwan Jennings. Troy Franklin I can pass on that. I don't need to do Troy Franklin. But yeah, we'll see. Of course, use winnings to hire Awin for babysitting. First of all, I couldn't afford Awin. And secondly, Awin was hanging out. Awin and his +1 were hanging out with my 2-year-old, and he was just so fantastic with him. And my wife was there too. So huge appreciate Awin hanging out with my kids, so I could mingle with Go AZ cards. But that's what that reference is. Awin truly a genuinely good guy. So I do appreciate him so much. Chris says people are solidly in their lanes in the overflow draft. See, look at that. It's all going. All I wanted to do was just, get you all together in a nice room. Karen says the brakes are definitely off with the Lions. With the loss, all their games should be shootouts going forward. If they get in, you'll need a Lion. I could see that. I could see wanting some Lions stuff for sure. All right, we'll take Juwan Jennings. So we got Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, CMC, RJ Harvey, Kittle, Sutton, Jennings. Now, what do we want to do? Like, what's the next move? Right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 Niners. So now do we pivot to another AFC team and just say the Niners are our NFC representative? Do we just finish 5-5? Brian Branch to safety. Sorry, I thought, yeah, it was it an Achilles? That stinks. That really stinks. Yeah, brutal run out there. No, the overflow sucks. The one hole is dreadful watching everyone blow up your plans. Oh no, you don't like to see that. So there goes Montgomery. Let me see something. So the only Texan taken was Nico. Let's see what Ben Pank does here. Because I think I want to take Woody Marks. Because I think I want one more running back. Yeah, Jacksonville is taken. I think I'm going to do Marks. If nothing else, as an advanced piece. Jackson Dart. I don't think people are drafting the Mitten is 2 of 6 advanced, not 1 of 6 like the Gauntlet leads to a way different strategy. Yeah, that is true. But that makes a huge difference. I feel like that makes you need those like random one-off advanced pieces a little bit less. Yeah, Mythology, I checked that. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. They're not open. Well, Ayuk, I can't draft Ayuk. I can't do it. I just can't get there. So yeah, if I go back to the Texans stuff, I mean, Jaden Higgins is slightly interesting to me. If I want to make that my second team and just play that we have a, I think I kind of like that. I don't think he'll be super owned. I don't know, guys. You guys tell me. Is this a reasonable Mitten team? Nix, Purdy, CMC, Harvey, Marks, Kittle, Sutton, Jennings, Higgins. So we've got 4 Niners in Purdy, CMC, Kittle, and Jennings. We've got 3 Broncos in Nix, Harvey, and Sutton. And then we've got 2 Texans with Marks and Higgins. So curious what you all think. I am definitely open to criticism. if you think this is a reasonable team. Let's look at what people did. Some people seem like they're just clicking buttons. Other people have more coherent stuff. Methodology says, I'm going to lean into the teams with the best defenses to advance. Feels like a like a slog. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I agree there, especially on the AFC side. It feels so open that I don't mind. Like you saw with this team, I went Denver and Houston on the Denver-Houston on the AFC side is my two horses there. Obviously, the Niners need to make the Super Bowl. That's a thin bet, but at least with the Niners, I wasn't fighting over Rams. I wasn't fighting over. I guess that's the main team. This Seattle, this drafter, they took JSN and then they kind of abandoned the Seahawks stuff. Ken Walker goes over here, kind of weird, and then it looks like they just like backstacked Jacksonville. Let's see what Beastburf did. We know Beastburf is a good drafter. He goes Devontae, Kyron, and Stafford. So he gets the Ram stuff there. Travion, Henry, Corum, and then JMO, Monty, Goff, and then Keenan Allen as a one-off there. I like this team a lot from Beastburf. He does get some nice Lions stuff late, including JMO, Goff, and Monty. That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun there. So I like the way Beastburf built this and was able to get Jared Goff at pick 53. Again, this drafter seemed like they didn't really have a coherent plan. They go Gibbs, Amon-Ra, and then they prioritize Love over Goff, which to me doesn't make any sense there. I don't fully understand that, why they wouldn't just embrace the Lions, but I don't know. I Mathology says 3 for a goal line stand. All right, we can hop over into the goal line stand streets. We can hop over into that. Let's see. Are we waiting for 2? All right. We'll hop into a goal line stand. Oh, at Snap Film. William Crane asks, hey, first of all, GM to you, William Crane. Thanks for coming. What team won the regular season BBM first prize? Was a mill to win. I think it was 100K to first. I can pull that up if you give me 1 second. Chris says, not understanding why the playoff best ball is profitable. Yeah, some people want to min cash every team. Yep. Some people do tend to play like that. I got the 5-hole. Let me just set like a quick and dirty queue in case I can't get back to best ball. If I go, is this where the overall leaderboard? It was 100K. It was a Darnold, Fields, Dak, Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, Breece Hall, Jonathan Taylor, Gibbs, Alec Pierce, Adam Thielen, Romeo Dobbs, Pittman, Myers, Pickens, JSN, and then Goddard, Fergie, Kraft. So it's a sick team. Wins 100K, and honestly is probably going to lose in the first pod, just because of those injuries. So that is kind of wild. That is kind of a wild team there that won the regular season. Hartman, the game isn't solved. Maybe one player from each team is what you need. Yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to cover all the bases. All right, so do we actually want Jamar Chase or do we want Amon-Ra? Let's go Jamar Chase, especially without T. Higgins. We've seen Jamar Chase completely nuke the Ravens before. So let's see. We've got Best Ball. We got a No Badger at the 2. We got Best Ball Viper at the 3. Goods at the 4. Myself at the 5. Beastburf at the 7. Patrick Barnes at the 8. Buster's Boys at the 10. And Mathology at the 11. If you're in here and I didn't shout you out, let me know. Yeah, with 2 zeros, absolutely wild. Miles Sanders on the winning team. So there There we go. All right, let me put the timestamp in. Goal line stand 2. Awesome. All right. I will probably hop after this one, but appreciate y'all so much coming in and hanging out this morning. It's been a lot of fun. We got a lot of different stuff in. We've gotten some VRs. We did a little playoff best ball. Maybe we'll try to do a little more playoff best ball tomorrow. I think that is really fun. I think it's fun to do those before everything crystallizes and you can, again, getting the Lions like Beastburf did starting in round 7 or 8. If the Lions win and the Bears lose, you're not going to be doing that anymore. So I think it makes a ton of sense to draft now. I think in this format you have to be willing to draft dead teams, because if you're not and you just wait for everything to fully form, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. That's just my take. I think it's going to be very hard to win this contest once the playoffs are set. I think short of some very unexpected Super Bowl, I think if you're drafting very late, you're drafting for the weird Super Bowl combo. Maybe that's wrong. I could be wrong, but that's just my kind of, especially with so many teams that were considered Super Bowl contenders going as late as they are. I think it's going to be tough. Now, if it's, if a team like if the Pats make the Super Bowl, or the Bills who are going to be going super early, no matter what, then maybe you'll be fine drafting later. I don't know, but I do think there's definitely strong reason to be drafting at this point for the playoff stuff. Joel says Gauntlet pays your entry back for advancing this year. Mitten still does not. Chris says, I got New England and Seattle in the overflow, hoping they both yeah. Just getting 0 points because you drafted the 2 bye week teams. That's the other landmine you can step on. But hopefully not. Hopefully not, Chris. Beastburf asks, will you be in on Scatabo next year? I mean, I'm hoping the injury recover. I don't know the timeline enough. I mean, assuming he's healthy and back, yes. Will I take 30% again? Probably not, just because if he's healthy and back, he's going to be going like a lot higher than in the, around pick 105. So my guess is I will be slightly above market if I had to say now where I'd be. But I'm not going to blindly, like if the injury stuff is murky, I'm not going to get over my skis if it could end up being like a lost season or whatnot. So, all right, we got Jamar Chase. This is like this weird triplet of tight ends here. This McBride, Kittle, Bowers, all coming in this clump. Very interesting. What do I want to do? You know what? I'll take a McBride and a goal line stand. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at running back. It's fine. It's fine. Firefight TX. Hey, first of all, Firefight, appreciate you so much for coming in, hanging out today. Says, just got knocked out of the eliminator this week, but I got ammo to actually draft for the playoff and BVM for the summer. I'm pumped. Congrats on your winnings this past. Hey, Firefight, that is awesome to make it that far in eliminator. That is huge. Huge congrats to you, because it is extremely difficult to make it this far. So awesome now that you have some ammo. I mean, that's how, sometimes those one win can get you started. I mean, I won the divisional round BR last year, and that enabled me to chase the dog bowl this year. Like if I didn't win that, I wasn't able to get that. So hopefully that gets the ball rolling for some big stuff for you. So congrats, Firefight. I'm very glad to hear that. That's awesome. Jackson Dart, when the Way 2 best ball contest was running, a full-on Dallas stack rip to that would have been fun. Yeah, exactly. But that's like, the risks. But like if Dallas was in the playoffs now, would you be able to get your full Dallas stack? It's like, no. So I think that's going to be happening with some of these teams. Beastburst says he thinks he's supposed to be ready for the start. As of now, it'll be interesting to see what his ADP is. Yeah, It's going to be very ADP dependent, but I'm not just going to blindly be like, oh, I'm going to be overweight. I mean, I will absolutely get overweight if I think the market is undervaluing him, but it's it stinks because he was such a good pick. He was such a good pick where he was. All right, what do we want to do? I think we want a running back here. Chase Brown and Jamar Chase is kind of interesting. Feels a touch aggressive. Shoot. Yeah, I'll go back to the Woody Marks well, I think. Part of me wanted to take Drake May and just do like a true 0 RB team here, but I was kind of on the clock in a little bit of two minds. So we got Jamar Chase, Trey McBride, Woody Marks. We'll see where we end up here. We could look for like a late Isaiah Likely or something if we want a game, a little bit of a more of this game environment here. We'll see what happens. Firefly says it was the most amazing sweat and just in time for the playoffs. I couldn't believe it. Thank you, brother. Yeah, that is cool, man. That is so cool. The Eliminator sweats are awesome. It's a brutal contest. Like there are people that 150 maxed it that were done at like week 8, and so it was very binary if you did well or not in that one. So I'm thrilled you did so well. That's awesome. Chris says 4 of my 11 Scatabo teams advanced. 3 would have advanced if he stayed healthy. Hard to think I won't draft more than 11 if the price is similar. Yeah, I think I'm carrying 10 Scatabo teams into the playoffs in BBM. God knows how many across my portfolio. I think he's my most owned player. So it's a little brutal just seeing him there, knowing that we were correct. Like he was a great pick and would have absolutely helped our my advance rate would have been, I would have definitely advanced more than 23 teams. I'll put it that way. If Scatabo's healthy, I was advancing 40 as my high water mark. And so getting down to 23 is kind of a bummer. All right, let's see what people are doing. Best Ball Viper with JSN, Kittle, Dowdle. I did consider Dowdle at pick 20, so seems like a nice pick there. Pick 27, B-Spurf. He goes Amon-Ra, Jacobs, Chase Brown. So nice start there from B-Spurf. I like Chase Brown. Chase Brown in the 3rd round feels pretty nice. Buster's boys, he's able to get Drake May at 34. Again, be interested to see what his true ADP is. The couple goal line stands I've seen, he's been over here on the left. Now he's over on the right. Methodology, he goes Devontae, Travion, RJ Harvey. Makes me feel good about my RJ Harvey position. A little overweight on him so far to start the week. 88 of 411 Scatabo teams for you, Chad, are advancing. Is that right? Dear God. Dear God, it's a lot of Scatabo. That also might include the Badge Bros Brawl, where I had 89% Scatabo in 120 teams. So I think I'm advancing 26 teams or some 23 teams in that. I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of that. That was everything. Okay. The methodology takes Fannin at 38. We took Fannin in our last one, so I like that we're that we seem to be in line with some of Mathology's takes this week. So I love the Fannin stuff. I think that is fun. I mean, I might really end up with the Fannin Shadur team. I really think there is a world where that's a thing. I don't know. I'm kind of into it. It's a little out there, but it could work. But right now for us, we got Woody Marks, Jamar Chase, and Trey McBride. Let's see what the room gives to us here. Ken Walker goes. What does B-Spurf do? Shadussi. I mean, I don't know, man. They seem willing to let him. They seem willing to let him go. I think we just don't muck around. We take Burrow and move on. I think it's a little fancy to do anything else. We'll get the Burrow Jamar Chase stack. Isaiah Likely at pick 43. Was not expecting him to go that early to old Dylan Cash. Also, I said Likely. I already had Trey McBride, so I was never going to take Isaiah Likely. So I apologize. I forgot. I was not used to having the elite tight end there. So that would not have made any sense. Despite seeing Nez go double elite tight end, we're going to avoid that one. Go Easy Cards would be amazing if you're one of your 10% non-Scatterbo teams wins the Badge Bros Brawl. So my Badge Bros Brawl strategy was twofold. One, Scatterbo in every team. We almost got there. We missed him on a few teams. We got sniped. That's fine. The other one was a lot of double elite quarterback. I think double elite quarterback in the Badge Bros Brawl is very underdone. I think you can absolutely make up the position players in that contest. I think people are scared to do it. And I think it can lead to high advance rates. The problem is I have a lot of Jaden Daniels, which is now dead. So Jaden Daniels died in that team. So I got a lot of dead quarterbacks. I didn't get a ton out of Hurts, Daniels, Lamar this year. So didn't really pan out. I'll probably do it again next year. I really think double elite quarterback is something that can help in that format. But I don't know. That's just my take. And this year though was kind of weird. But yeah, I have my highest drafted tight end in that contest I think was Kraft. So everything kind of went wrong. I think my highest drafted quarterback was Daniels. So let's see. All right. Do we want Omari and Hampton? I think I'm good passing on Hampton here. I'm going to take Juwan Jennings. I do like the Jennings stuff. I think there's some very late running backs we can get to. So we'll pull the board back up and see what's going on. Jackson Dart says, I'm rolling the dice a lot in last round Higgins and letting underdog gods pick my swaps. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. I don't see anything wrong with that. And who knows, maybe they clear him again. Because they didn't seem to realize he was deeply concussed during that game. Yeah, it was tough to watch. Hartman says, Badge Bros Brawl was free if you just went 2 to 3 straight running backs, then onesies. Yeah, I think I noticed all my advancing teams are like CMC Taylor kind of teams, or CMC Gibbs or Gibbs Taylor kind of stuff. You definitely could have smashed going that direction. Round 5, Bryce feels wrong, says Goods. Yeah, I agree. I see you. I didn't realize you were here. I see you here right next to me. That's I would have taken Breece Hall at pick 53. And I think when big ETR comes out, you will not be able to get him in round 5 anymore. Just a hunch. I think they're going to project him for a lot. So nice pick there. All right. Marion Hampton's still here. Tony Pollard's still here. We got some options. We got some options here. We can start recapping teams. And then, yeah, I'll probably call it here, but we'll be back tomorrow. We can start getting ready for the Thursday night game. Who's playing again? Thursday night? It's like, who's on? Falcons Bucks to start your playoffs, though. A lot of fantasy relevant guys there. So early returns will begin coming in. So Mythology, let's see what he did. He goes Devontae Adams, Travion, RJ Harvey, the Fandon Bet, and then BTJ T-Law. So we've seen Mythology take BTJ, I think, a couple in both of our goal line stand rooms. So very interesting. They are read on Brian Thomas. I'll have to look at that a little bit more. Mercs cards, Brady Cook at quarterback. Look, gosh, I hope it's Fields, but you're probably right. They probably, quote unquote, want to see what they have in Brady Cook. I'll tell you what they have. They have nothing. Brady Cook is not good. It is very over. Chris says my PTT primetime Palooza teams need Falcons, Bucks to nuke. It easily could. It definitely could. So Devin Neal's actually who I was going to take. Spoilers. And I see Devin Neal went off the board. So we're just going to end up taking Omari and Hampton because this guy has 2 tight ends for some reason. So we can't take another running back. Yeah, I was actually planning on taking Neal, assuming Hampton was gone. But I feel like pick 68, Omari and Hampton seems good. So we'll do that. Hey, Alex W. GM. Appreciate you so much for coming in. Hanging out. Let me click Omari and Hampton. I don't think I need Pollard over him. I think this is fine. We'll take Omari and Hampton, 20 picks past ADP. That seems good. Asking if anyone's clicking Phillip Rivers yet. I don't think you can in this. Phillip Rivers is not in the pool. Ronnie Rivers is. Phillip Rivers is not. So unfortunately, you cannot click Phillip Rivers on the dog app. He is not in this week's player pool. My highest scoring best BBM team did not advance 1 of 6 hard. Oh, Badge Bros Brawl. Yeah. Badge Bros Brawl is brutal. It is brutal. 1 of 6 is a very tough format. Probably for the yeah, probably is. As Joel says, apologies to everyone in the Mitten room. I just drafted while constantly being. Oh my gosh, you're the guy. You're the guy blowing up stacks, Joel. Mythology says BTJ 94% routes, 20% targets, looks healthy and explosive. Have to think they need to get him going. Yeah. See, I knew you had a data-driven reason for getting on that. So I appreciate that, Mathology. I will have to be more woke to the BTJ stuff. I could see getting there in the 12s. Beastburf Rivers is in the playoff stuff. All right, you heard it here from Beastburf. I did not know that. So let's see, what did Beastburf do here? Amon-Ra, Jacobs, Chase Brown, Devontae Smith, Goff, and Strange. I like this team a lot. I mean, I like Strange. He had a touchdown called back. He could have been in line for a bigger day. I think if he scores, he's more of a 5th round than the last tight end taken in the room. Nice team there. Our team ends up being Jamar Chase, Trey McBride, Woody Marks, Joe Burrow, Juwan Jennings, and a very falling Omari and Hampton. I picked 68. I like this team. Goods, what'd you do? Puka, Bowers, Hertz, Wandale, and then double taps Breece Hall and Chris Rodriguez. So nice team there. I like the Chris Rodriguez stuff. I think that is more than okay. Go Easy Cards, Mythology, Hawk Oliver Tua. Yeah. Oliver ate our lunch. He ate the lunch of the Hawk Tua teams. Firefight likes Mythology's team. Yeah, I do too. Go Easy Cards. Appreciate you keeping. Yeah. The bit lives. For those who don't know, Go Easy Cards drafted a Hawkinson Tua team, living on the Mythologies famously cashed in the Dog Bowl with a Hawk Tua team. So the bit lives on with Go Easy Cards. I was right on tight end versus Washington. Miami offense on fire. You were directionally accurate. You deserve better with that team. Go Easy Cards. But everybody, I had an awesome stream with you guys. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out. If you can, drop a like, drop a sub on the way out. It helps so much. And if you leave a comment after, even better, because the algorithm loves the post-show comments. You can say whatever you'd like. You can ask your dynasty questions. You can say your favorite scroll, whatever you'd like. But everyone, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone.